Facts float like islands of plastic in the sea, muddled in a mire of obscurity. It still can be seen, just as truth finds a way to rise eventually, as you release the net of a counterfeit reality, which closes in with each compromise when fear steers the will that complies and deems as disinformation any notion that implies 2 + 2 might not equal 5. Science has been resuscitated and kept alive, having barely survived the Goliaths of the Faucian tribe, emerged through the censors, slander, and lies, with its objective intact, unbiased and qualified, with its data tracked and stored. You're invited to peek through a half-open door, though you may not like what you find if you've swallowed the hook, sinker, and line. Yet if 2 + 2 to you equals 4, know that you haven't lost your mind. See the farmers banding together. Tractors on the freeways pour like a flood. Agriculture, Earth's lifeblood flow, is obstructed in India and throughout half of Europe. Now protests are trying to create passage, while here in the States the suicide rate is 4 times the national average among farmers. No farmers, no food. Easy to understand. So who's hijacking the grain, buying up all the land, and grabbing the cattle with a green iron hand? The likes of Mr. Gates and old Klaus Schwab, with the World Economic Forum, meet like the mob to decide what to do with all these worthless eaters, 7.5 billion perpetual breeders, all kept distracted by drugs and dead-end jobs. Food and fuel prices, record high inflation, Supreme Court rulings and reversed legislation, J6 theater and dramatic prostrations, corporatized rainbows and gender deviation, countless boosters of coerced vaccinations. With zero restraint and no hesitation, they pursue healthy children with these inoculations, hell-bent on non-stop invasions of privacy, which is being devoured by centralized power as we become a marginalized population. Goodbye to borders and sovereign nations. Hello, New World Order. Here comes devastation. Hey, enough. Enough of all that, you conspiracy buff. Where's your tinfoil hat? Just shut your trap and show yourself to the door. Mr. 2 + 2 must equal 4. Well, okay. Allow me to just say toodles to you groomed poodles, all tied together in your safety knots. Thanks a lot, I'll be on my way. With just one more thing I'm compelled to convey. You see, I didn't set out to be this way. I just woke up to a nightmare that seems here to stay. And it's hard to prepare for clandestine plots. I'd much rather just stroll around the corner lot without holding my breath to burnt rubber rot, while junkies gather and clot around clouds of fentanyl. Damn it all, there's my friend hanging out at the spot, flagging me down to assure me that he's not dying. It found him accidentally, you see. Someone one day slipped it into his weed, and that's all it took to lead him off track. I tried to help, but he just keeps going back. They finally found something worse than crack, no longer needed as a lure to entice, a vice to cure you of something you lack. Like heroin, better known as smack, is said to feel like being kissed by God while being seduced by the devil. This stuff must be like being slapped by a demon who then hands you a shovel and says, "Here, now dig your own hole." Lord, how this existence takes a toll. And I pray with a tired plea for some levity to counter the weight of these tragedies. I can't stand to see life pinned to its knees much longer. Yet somehow I keep getting stronger, and so far I haven't been killed. Feed this will's mystical hunger with something higher than earthbound thrills and desires, Through this alchemy, like metal put through fire, I am reshaped, reborn, rewired, galvanized to meet all that's required. Yet I really need to laugh again. Want to hear Pryor, Carlin, Chappelle, to hell with McFarland. And how about something with Brewer and JP to star in? To keep this clown inside me from snarling. And I need someone else with whom to share in this experience so rare. I see you too, darling, don't mind if you stare. Perhaps I'm staring too from a peripheral point of view. We are gathered in lieu of a dividing snare. This bizarre nightmare that bleeds, an unwinding tapestry, becoming threadbare. I know that you still care. We can stand, join hands, transcend, be kind yet beware. There's so much happening out there. Who are we to be still, mistaking away these minutes, hours, months, years? We'll live through this once. Cheers.